Start recording?
I am recording.
Perfect. So, hey guys, I'm Holly Hoadley. I own a company called Creative Solutions, and I work with the Newmarket Chamber to do their social media clinic or their social media school once a month. So, all kinds of cool topics coming up. Today, we're going to be talking about Facebook specifically. It seems to be a really popular topic because everybody's on it. So there's some benefits and some not so benefits towards Facebook, but we'll go over all of that. We'll ask everyone to save your questions till the end. We'll do a full Q&A at the end. If I happen to lose you completely, it's okay, and I apologize if I do, but hopefully I won't. We're going to try and go step by step here. So some of it that we're going to talk about is going to be a review for someone that are like, I know how to post, I know how to do this stuff, but some of it might be new. And if it's a bore at the beginning, it's okay, we'll get cool stuff later. And just ask all the questions at the end. Cool, so let's get started. So this is what a company page looks like. And a lot of people use Facebook from their personal page. So that would look like this. So this is my personal page, which means that you have to add me as a friend in order to view my content. And if anyone's interested, just so you know, DMX and Snoop Dogg are having a battle on July 22nd, if anyone's interested. I'm really excited. So anyways, so this is our personal page. Your personal page should not be used as your business page. Your business page should be thought about as, this is me, I own a business, which is also my name or my entire business, but the business page is where you can run ads from and where you can get analytics from, or people can just like your page without becoming friends with you, for instance. Your personal page still manages your business account, but you want to post everything to your business account, and that will actually help you with Instagram as well, because Facebook owns Instagram, so you can connect your two business pages together. So this is the personal page, and this is the business page. If you don't already have a business page, you're going to want to set one up, which we won't go over today, but you can just Google how to create a company page on Facebook. And you'd want to fill out all your information and make sure that people can find you and see you. You want to like your own Facebook page from your personal. So if you've created a business page, you want to go ahead and like it. You can actually add your stories here as well if you'd like. So, you know, on Instagram, you can have your timeline and your stories at the top. You can add stories here too. And if you to your Facebook with your Instagram, when you post an Instagram story, you'll be losing some people, but it's okay. If you connect your Instagram story, it'll automatically post to your Facebook story as well. All right, so we have some cool stuff that we want to do. The very, very, very first thing when you have a business page or a company page on Facebook now is that you want to go to this one setting. So at the top here, we're going to go to settings. And it's one thing that we do every single client that comes on, we do this for them because it's one of the irritating things for business pages. Do you see this little thing? It says page updates. What page updates is, let's say you change your phone number, or you change your banner image, or you change your headshot, or you update your address. Every single one of those things that you change on Facebook pops up as a post on your timeline. I don't know if you guys ever see that happen, like you update your picture and then it just pops up on your timeline. It says so-and-so updated their picture. Nobody cares. Nobody has to know. That could just be on the back end. If you go to the page updates and you click on edit, automatically publish posts when info is updated on this page. You want to go and unclick that. So after today's session or right now, literally go to your business page, unclick that so you don't have those kind of updates happening all the time, because it is a little bit of annoying when that happens. The other thing that you can do is page roles. So let's say that you have a bunch of people that you want to help you with engagement or help you with posts. you can actually assign somebody a page role. So you would just go over to page role. You'd either have to have them like your page, so you can find them when you start typing their name in. You can become friends with them on Facebook, so when you start typing their name, it'll come up. Or they can, yeah, this is through a different system, but if I started typing in someone's name like Leslie, she comes up right here because we're friends. If you're not friends with Leslie, she's really cool, so you should be friends with her. So if you didn't know, if you weren't friends with them on Facebook, or if you didn't find them when you started typing their name in, it means that you need their email address that they're logged in on Facebook with. So whatever they signed up for. So mine would be Yahoo email that I signed up with years ago. So you can sign a page role. All right, so let's go back to the page for a second. And it's really slow because we're all on video. We'll get there. Has anybody noticed, like I know like not everybody's on video or anything, but we'll ask at the end, this new update came out for Facebook Computer, your desktop, and it basically turns, you can have a different view. It turns this look and it looks just like the app. It's all bubbly and weird and everything is all over the place. It's kind of frustrating, but if you wanted to switch, or if you weren't sure if you had it, switch to new Facebook, you can go up to that drop down menu and you can click to switch to new Facebook. And if you go there and you're like really, really annoyed and frustrated and you don't know where to find anything anymore, you can just go back up and switch to old Facebook. So I've been using the new Facebook for quite some time now, but for today's session, I thought it's way too confusing for everybody, and I think everybody's used to this view, so I went back today just to go so I can teach you guys on this platform, but you can switch back and forth here. Okay, so once you create a new business page, let's say that you're on your normal personal page, and I know that some of you guys use Facebook on your phone instead, but we're just going to go over some of the stuff on the computer first, and then we'll switch over to like differences with the phone app. So a lot of the theory is going to be the same, and a lot of things you're going to be able to do is the same on both, but they're just found in different spots. So from here, if you have a personal page, and you usually end up coming to your timeline, right? So if you click on home, this is where most of the time you end up, and you start scrolling through and finding all your posts from all your friends. So you can manage your business page from your personal page. So you don't have to have a separate login or anything like that. So you can have it as a shortcut over here, so Creative Solutions, or it'll be part of a drop-down menu up here. So these are all like the pages that we would manage, for instance. So I would just try and find the Creative Solutions one to talk to you guys about, which is hard to find. Okay, it's right here. So you'd only have like one there, hopefully. All right, so some really basic stuff. You can go live. Anybody scared of going live? You guys are on this computer, so I'm looking. A couple people are like, yeah, I'm terrified. I can't do it. You can test it out if you want, and then you can delete it. So don't get too scared if you want to just like mess around for a minute. You can literally just open up live. It'll go through the steps. What do you type out? What do you want to do? Make sure your camera's right, all that. And just try, just see what happens. And the awesome part is that you can just delete it. So some people might come on, you'd be like, hi, I'm just testing things out, don't mind me. So if any one of your friends jump on, or if you go and anyone that's following your page right now jumps on, then they'll see you go live, but you can just say like, just testing, don't mind me, and then delete it afterwards. So no, not too much stress there. There is a whole plan around going live as well, and it's you have to have a lot of prep ahead of time and make sure that you're doing either a Q&A, or if you have questions prepped, or if you're doing like a live where you're interviewing someone. There's tons of different cool stuff that you can do. You can create events on your Facebook page. So this is actually a huge tool that is very underutilized. So let's say that you're going live one day, or if you have an open house, or if you have a specific campaign you're launching, or if you're going to be on a podcast or like a webinar, for instance. You can create an event, and what happens on Facebook is it actually has an event part or event tab on your app, your phone app, for instance. So on the phone app, you can find, you know, the marketplace, you can find other events, you can find events in your area. It'll come up as suggestions as well. So let's say you created an event on your Facebook page. People can find all the events that you have going on under this tab on the left-hand side. You can also, if you're interested, if you have a whole bunch of events coming up, you can click on the word events, and you can take this specific URL at the top and you can send it around to your email list or anyone else that you want to share to come to all of your future events. So for instance, every single time we have a webinar or an event, we would put it under our events and we would add someone as a co-host, for instance. So if you can think about any of these types of things that you'd want people to hear about or to know about an event coming up that you're hosting with someone else or by yourself, you'd want to add an actual upcoming event. And like I said, you can send around this link to say, these are all the events that we have coming up. If, let's say, you want to ask for feedback, here's how you sign up. So let's look at this one for today, for instance. So we have a little image up there. We have stats behind it. So on Facebook for responses, there's a ticket link there. It has exactly what time it's starting. We have the different co-hosts here, so us and the Newmarket Chamber. And then here's the even funner, better part about events. So we do a lot of marketing for large events like Toronto Ribfest and Taste of the Kingsway. And so we'll create an event on their business page. And then what happens is you're able to communicate to people that have suggested that they're attending or they hit going. So they can either hit going or are interested. And so let's say you have thousands of people that were interested or said they're attending. You can now talk to just those people. So this actually is not affected by the Facebook algorithm at all. So if you post something on your business page, a small percentage of people that follow you will be able to see it, because that's how Facebook works. They want you to pay money for more people to see it. Whereas on events, as every single person that said that they're going or that they're interested, they'll get a notification. They'll literally get a notification up here saying someone posted in this event. So if you want to keep those people up to date on an ongoing basis, whether you've planned it out a month in advance or a week in advance, if you have updates or polls or anything, so I could have created a poll earlier today for just the 4 responses, but let's say we had thousands, I could create a poll that says, are you guys excited for this? Or what's your favorite type of rib, beef or pork? Or is there any other ideas that you guys have? Or do you have questions prior, and then you can list them. So there's a lot of communication opportunities within Facebook, especially the events. If you don't have any events, that's cool. This is just an opportunity for me to show you that this is available to us. So anytime that we have clients that are going live, or if they have a planned anything at all, especially if there's a realtor or someone that has like an open house coming up, you better believe that every single thing that can be classified as an event where we can get people to register or to get them interested in a conversation around it, we open up an event, we can actually create an event for them every single time. Okay, so all the webinars that we're doing, we want to make sure there's an event created for those. All right, so we're going to move on from events, but I want you guys to ask questions at the end if you have any. I know we have some more people that joined. We're going over Facebook today. Another fun thing is to get reviews. Now, if your clientele is on Facebook, or if you think they're going to check you out on Facebook to validate, reviews are a little bit of a harder thing to find right now, which is, it depends on how far you want to push that. Like if you're going to be more recognized on Google, for instance, and I would push people towards the Google reviews. We haven't really gotten a lot of push. We haven't really done a lot of push for us to get reviews on Facebook, for instance, because we're more active on Instagram. and you can't do reviews on Instagram. But if you wanted to get some reviews for your people, you could take this link at the top. You can shorten it to just the word reviews. So I would just delete that. And you can send this around to your database, or if there's a specific client, like let's say you have a service that you've just done and you said, you know what, I really liked working with you. I hope you enjoyed working with me as well. I'd love to get your opinion about it, or just send me a review or to do a review. And you can actually send them that link post-service and ask them to leave you a review on Facebook. That's just one small idea that you can do with this. But if they do review, you will get a notification. Just make sure that you respond back. You always, 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 whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, or sorry, whether it's Google, you always respond to your fans, right? So they left you a great review and then you went cold on them, and then they're like, oh, maybe it was a bad idea. So make sure that you respond back with something that says like, that's amazing, we loved working with you, you're awesome, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you can send that around and ask for some reviews if you'd like. Go back here. You can do offers. So if you want to do a percentage off of a specific item that you're selling or a service, you can post that here. You can also post your jobs, any job opportunities you have available. And of course, we know that we have lots of opportunities to put videos, which are done in two different ways. So you can either upload your video directly to Facebook. It has been said by the social media gods that if you upload a video to Facebook, Facebook likes that better than if you do a URL to a video on like YouTube, for instance. So we haven't really seen, like we haven't done any testing around that, but there are the experts out there that say upload natively to Facebook before posting a URL. So it kind of comes off as two different ways. If you upload a video within, you can either have it autoplay or people have to click on it to watch it. And you can have a little blurb and a couple hashtags. I wouldn't use too many hashtags on Facebook. It kind of becomes a little messy looking. It doesn't really help you in the long run. Hashtags are really meant for searchability and to be found by certain keywords. And on Facebook, you could just go up to the search bar and type in a keyword and find anybody that has typed anything in. Whereas on Instagram or Twitter, you have to have a hashtag. You can't just search a word. So Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all these platforms are searchable through just words without the number sign attached to it. I talk a lot with my hands, apparently. I just noticed that. So you can upload a video or image direct here. You can post a GIF or a GIF, depending on who you ask. You can have a post to get messages directly to your inbox for your business. If you do post a URL to a YouTube video, just know that you can kind of view it here, but most people are going to go and click and go over to the video to watch it on YouTube as well. Then you can just post regular pictures if you'd like. There used to be something where it was called a carousel post. That was amazing, and I believe they've taken it away. You used to be able to post a URL and have multiple images with multiple call to actions, which was awesome. So I've been trying to fight Facebook for it to come back. It's not working so well. But if it comes back, you better believe that I will let you know, because it was something I used to be obsessed with. Unfortunately, that's not quite available right now. So, and you used to be able to schedule your post. Right now, I'm just seeing post. Okay, so that is the basics of posting. You want to post a mix of types of content. So if anyone has been in one of my classes before, we talk about the 3 E's. So a lot of people and a lot of companies, what they do is they do this posting idea where it's like, I have this thing for sale, I sold this thing, check out what I sell, look at me, look at this. If you do that in a networking situation, like in person or on a Zoom call, you're going to be looked at as a really hard salesperson or someone that really doesn't understand how to help people necessarily. So you don't really want to come in with that hard sell all the time. You want to actually be a human and talk to humans about human things. So I understand like the B2B and the B2C world, the business to business and business consumer, but it really is, if you think about it, there's a human behind your business and there's a human behind them in your target market. So talk to them as humans. Let's go back to H, human to human. It happens to be my initials, but I did love it and coined it. So H, human to human, let's go there. So now what would your humans like to see? Maybe the 3 E's, which is educational posts. So you want to educate people of stuff that you know that they don't necessarily know. You want to maybe entertain them a little bit. So we talk a lot about like Taco Tuesday, or we kind of create this tribe around us that is not necessarily, hey, we sell all these things, you should buy it from us. They know we sell it, it's okay. So if you can talk about some great things that maybe is useful and helpful and is really able to like be that human behind it, you want educational posts, you want entertaining posts, you want engaging posts. Ask a question. You never know. If you're looking for blog topics or if you're looking for post topics, maybe it's something that you look and you just ask a question. Do you guys know about the Instagram filters that you can do for your stories? You know, if someone says no, that's maybe an opportunity. Or if you have a lot of people saying no, that's an opportunity just to think, if no one knows that, I happen to know that, maybe I'll do something about that and do a post about it. So it's a really great way to listen as well as to engage with people. So talking to people would be great. All right. So you want educational, entertaining, and engaging, and then you can do some promo posts. So we have a great testimonial for you. Look at the stuff we sell. We have a promotional offer. We sold a house. We have a house for sale. All those things are okay, but just don't do it 100% of the time. And I was going back to that networking situation is, you know, let's say you do walk into a networking event and you're like, hi, I'm Holly. I sell social media service. Do you want to buy it? Like, how did that make you feel right now? I kind of just want to like close your Zoom, I'm sure. Imagine you walking up and you're like, hey, how's it going? Love the shoes. Just want to let you know that. How, you know, how's business going? What's going on? You're starting that conversation. You're engaging with them. And if they say, come back to you and say, well, actually, business isn't going the greatest. I'm looking for new clients. You can say, well, actually, I was just on this webinar the other day and we talked about that's the educational piece. So you're actually really just being you in person, but going on an online platform and doing the exact same thing, right? So I don't see social media as being this rigid thing where you have to make sure that you're perfect and all these things have to happen. Just be a person, just be a human behind it. There's people behind it, they're talking to people, just be people, just be a human. So from there, now you have some great content. You're posting on a consistent basis, which there's a little bit of an argument around that. Some people say post every single day, you gotta hit them hard. Some people say as long as you're posting once or twice a week, that's perfect. What works best for our client is, you know, five days a week would be great. If you're at least posting consistently enough where you're not messing with the algorithm, but the algorithm is trusting your content, it's not just random or haphazard, you have a better chance of being, not tricking the algorithm, but being part of the algorithm. There's also another fun opportunity with Facebook. So there's this thing called Facebook Creator Studio. I'm not going to show you what it looks like right now, but I would suggest that you guys look it up later. So what that really does is it allows you to post and to schedule directly on to Facebook. So you can pre-plan everything. So it can post for you for Facebook, but it can also schedule and post for you for Instagram. I know we're talking about Facebook today, but it's the Facebook Creator Studio. And so if you want to plan stuff ahead of time and not pay for an additional service like HubSpot, or sorry, Hootsuite, or Onlypult, or Planable, or Buffer, those are some scheduling tools. Facebook Creator Studio actually has it available to you already. I just found it a bit glitchy for us, and I haven't really invested in it that much because I just found sometimes the post happened, sometimes it didn't. I haven't tried it in a few months because it was a little bit in beta at the time, so I just kind of dropped the idea of it, but definitely check it out. A lot of people, it works for them. It's perfect for you guys if it works. The other thing that you want to do on your Facebook page is obviously, create an image up here. You can go to like a platform like Unsplash. Unsplash is a great platform for free stock images for commercial use. So you're allowed to use them for your business. You want to create you can do a call to action. Just make sure the sizing is correct. You can just Google perfect sizing for Facebook page cover image 2020, because there's tons of different years that have changed. So do 2020. You want to add an image up here, and then you want to add a little bit about yourself. When you first open up a business account or a company account, it'll say summary. And so you'll be like, what do I do here? So you click on it, and then you can add in you can add an additional image or a different image, and then you can add a little bit more about yourself. And then I usually add in like a call to action. Okay, so if you want to put sign up for a newsletter, then you can have that here too. And once you publish it, it shows up on your business page. You can also have a place for your services, which when you go up to edit page info or settings, these options will be there at the top there. So you can add in your services. So you can showcase your services, add new service. Yes, it's on. Go here, to click on see more. You can put call to actions back to your website. Make sure all of this is all filled out. So that's in your edit page info as well. So just make sure it's optimized completely. All right, so that's posting, and that's sort of like the general idea of Facebook using it as your desktop. Let's talk about your phone for a second. So I can't see everyone's faces again, so I'd say who does? If you're using Facebook mostly on your phone, then a lot of these ideas are still the same, which is cool. But there's another opportunity on your phone. What happens is if you just have the regular Facebook app on your phone, then you're missing out on a possible opportunity. So sometimes if you just have the regular Facebook app and you see on your Facebook business page a notification that pops up, and you check that notification and you go to reply back to it. Let's say someone commented on one of your posts. You go to reply back and it's like Holly Hoadley replied back instead of your business replying back. That can get quite irritating for yourself, especially if you're just like, oh, I didn't want to be the person to reply. I wanted the business to reply. So what you need is an additional app. So there's a Facebook Pages Manager app. Okay, so once you download the Facebook Pages Manager app, you can then manage your business page through that. So your notifications would come through there, you'd be able to respond back to people, and there's a couple other cool stuff that we can do, which we'll talk about in the community management side of this world, in your Facebook Pages Manager or from your desktop. You can't really do it as much from your just regular Facebook app. That's why I usually recommend that people download the app, the other one, so you can actually do your job properly and respond back to people as you. So let's talk about community management. Community management is a term that is really about proactively outward engagement. Okay, so you really want to show that you are humanizing your company and humanizing the brand, and you're great at customer service. You are talking to people through social, you are answering questions and engaging, and you are really not just posting and then walking away. Facebook is unfortunately one of the most difficult platforms to do this on. If this was an Instagram class, let me tell you, I could talk for hours. If it is around Facebook, there's some limited opportunities that we can do here. So let's say there's some groups. Right now I have some suggestions for me. So what this is telling me is that I can join these groups as my business page, which is great. I can join it as me personally, or I can join it as my business page. Once you join as your business page, you'll be able to interact with people and actually post within those groups as your business page. So before, what used to happen, before they actually allowed this to happen, is every time you wanted to share a post from your business page to a group, you'd have to share it as you personally. So as a social media management company, we found that very difficult because the owner of the company would be the person that should have shared it, but now it's like some Holly lady is now sharing this business page that has nothing to do with her in these groups, and why do you care? So now the fun part is you can actually comment, and you can like posts, and you can also post in those groups now. So that's one huge opportunity for us to get our business name out there and proactively shake hands and proactively high-five people and proactively talk to people. This is the part that takes the most amount of time. This to me is like a cold calling tool. It's like going to networking events. It's like shaking hands and finding strategic partners and referral partners and clients or customers. But it does take time, and it does take patience. So Facebook is, like I said, one of the ones that this isn't the easiest to do, whereas Instagram or Twitter actually, it's really, really, really easy to talk to humans and to people. Facebook's a little harder. So one of the options is, let's go to join this. So that's requested. That's requested. Oh, that's a whole thing. I'm not going to do that. And no thanks. So these are all requested, and if we get approved, that's great. So I can't remember what ones that we're on right now, but picture yourself or pretend that you've gone into this group, and I'm sure everybody has been part of groups before, and you can like and comment on things. If you're part of a group, when you are in the actual group, let me just go to my home page for a second, and you'll see a post like this, for instance, and it's in a group, and you're like, oh, this is something like business wants to comment on. So you can like it as your business. So this right here, you'll see, let's pretend this is the group. This right here, you'll see your logo or you'll see your face. And if there's this little drop-down menu, that means that you're allowed to comment and you're allowed to like as you personally and you as a business page. So let's like this personally, and then I can go like this, and I can like it as Creative Solutions if this is a post within a group. And then what I can do is just comment. And what it shows now is that within this group of business people, or whoever you're targeting, you're actually saying to them, or you're answering questions. So let's say someone asked a question here instead. You then, as a business, can actually answer that question. You can send a link to your website. Hey, we offer this service. Maybe it's something you want to contact us regarding. Check out our website. This all really depends on the group rules. So if the group rules say do not post any promotional items or you'll be kicked out, listen to the group, because you will be kicked out. There's some pretty strict administrators up in there. There's tons of opportunity within groups. That's really one of the only cool things about Facebook with the community management side. If you are a business to business, there is an opportunity to talk to businesses as your page. So I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to go to someone's business page like this one. Okay, so let's pretend this is one of my target clients or something. So I personally have liked it, which is great. It's showing liked. But these three little guys over here says like as your page. Might be hard to see if someone's looking at like a phone right now. So there's a little drop down. Let's pretend that this is a brand new targeted page that you're trying to target for a strategic partnership or for content or for an actual client that you are trying to target, and you want to just let them know that you exist because they didn't even know you existed yet. You have the solution, they have a need. Now it's like, boom, I'm here, hello, call me. So in order to do that, if it's a page to page, business to business, this works. If it's business to consumer, so your business page to the end user as a personal page, impossible, can't do it. So you're gonna like the page as your page. Cool. So let's say you have now 20 pages that you've liked and you're just like, now I want to start talking to them. I want to start having a conversation with them. There's this little fun opportunity back here on your business page. If we scroll down just a little bit, it says see pages feed. So what this is going to do, it's going to create a feed just like it does your personal friends feed, for instance. So you know how you go on Facebook every day, probably every day, you're scrolling through and you're seeing all your friends' posts and some businesses that you follow, bunch of ads, all that kind of stuff. So what this does now is all those pages that you've liked as your business page, we're going to create a feed for those. So if they're your target market, let's start chatting with them. So Greg Brown, I followed him as my business page. Boom, gonna like it as Creative Solutions, just popped up. Now they could be like, who the heck is Creative Solutions? Then they can go over and actually check out your page. If you're like, I also think I wanna like it as me personally, that's cool. You can switch back to Creative Solutions, which is now down here. And you can comment as Creative Solutions. Hey, Greg, this is an amazing post. Super happy. Definitely motivated me today. Blah, blah, blah. You can do a GIF if you'd like, or a GIF. Then you just keep going. Literally, this is your new timeline. This is your timeline for your business. Your business is now active. Your business wants to be part of this. So you like it as your business. Comment as your business. Start conversations. Let more eyeballs see you. So now all these other people that have commented are going to get a notification saying Creative Solutions commented on the same post as you did. Even more eyeballs now are going to be able to see your name and to see you. If you have a logo, fantastic. It'll be more familiar to them when they come back to your page and see what you do and who you are. So the more you can do that, if you're a B2B, it's fantastic. And then you have your groups opportunity. So, oh, I was part of this. That's fun. Those are really the two biggest things that you can do on Facebook. I want to now open this up to you guys to ask a lot of questions because I'm sure people are like, what just happened? I'm going to stop sharing. No, I'm not going to stop sharing my screen actually. I'm going to bring you guys all over. If you guys want to come on to video, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay. If you want to just open up your mic and ask specific questions, if you want to just raise your hand really quickly, there should be a little bar at the bottom that will allow you to raise your hand. We can ask some questions in the chat as well. Okay, so I'm just going to see if there's any questions in the chat while you guys are processing all of that. Oh God. So someone says their audio wasn't working. Please tell me you guys could hear me the whole time. Okay. Whew. Because that would have been embarrassing. For you, no, definitely for me. Okay, so if you assign someone to a page as a page role, are they posting under the business name or do they post under their own name? That's a great question. So they actually have the opportunity now to post as both if they'd like, okay? So 99.9% of the time, you're gonna wanna post on behalf of the business because it's the business page. You can actually take the settings off your page so no random people can post on your business page as well. That's just in the settings. And you can only post yourself. So they will be as an admin, just as you will be, and you're gonna post on behalf of the business itself. If it's a group situation, so if they're admin on the business page, they are now allowed to post in the group as the business page as well. So they'll see that they're joined as the business page in the group and they can have that drop down menu too. And if you're not sure exactly how that looks, If you want to reach out to me later, invite me as an admin to your page while we're on the phone together. I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I'm happy to help with those kind of things as well. Will we be getting this recording after the session? Yes, 100%. Tyler will send that around afterwards. I'm not seeing suggested pages on my page. It is something that I'm missing. So possibly, yeah. So you could be missing that option just yet because maybe you haven't liked any pages yet as your page. So what I would do is, if it might be a fun activity actually for all of us to like each other's pages if you want. Maybe it's something that we can gather a list of everyone's Facebook page and we can like each other's pages as our business page. And then we can check to see if, you know, that little block that I showed you, like see the pages feed. That way we're all talking to each other. Oh my, what just happened there? Oh, I think someone left. So if we're all liking each other's page, we'll see that little block that says pages feed, and then maybe that suggestion will come up at that time as well. Okay, so I'm not seeing suggested. Okay, not seeing reviews on the tabs on the side of my business page. Yeah, so if you have never gotten any reviews before, you might not see it. And I would have to go back, way back, and figure that out, how to even start to get reviews, because we have a couple already. So I would highly recommend just Googling that. And if you still can't figure it out, send me an email, and I'll then be able to send you like a link or something where I know where to find it at that point. But as soon as you get your first review on Facebook, that opportunity will show up on the left-hand side. I just can't remember from the very beginning of where to start. Maybe even type in your business name, and like, so if you're on your Facebook page, delete all the rest of the URL and where it says like after your number or the name of your business, and put a slash and put the word reviews, and see if that will bring you to your reviews page for someone new to actually review your page. See if that will work. Okie dokie. Oh, more questions coming in furiously. Okay. Couple questions here. Yes, great idea to each other's pages. Awesome. Tyler, yes, it is going to be recorded, but I don't want to overload Tyler too much, so it's definitely up to Tyler. He can jump on to say, yes, I will coordinate that, or not. So if he says no, I can help coordinate that too. But an email will be sent to everybody with the recording, and maybe Tyler and I will chat about that, who can coordinate that as well. Is it possible that I have a different format for Facebook? I can't create a poll under my business profile, and I cannot change to new Facebook. Okay, so new Facebook is something that has come up for your personal page only right now. So your personal page can switch to that. You guys keep jumping back here. So that's one small thing. So you might not get it yet, which a lot of our team members haven't gotten that opportunity yet, and they're really happy about it because it's actually quite irritating. Yes, you might have a different type of Facebook page set up. So if you have set your page up originally like a brand, then you will have that opportunity. If you had set it up there's different options to set up your Facebook page. If you go to edit your settings, you can see what type you've set up, change it. Maybe you can change it to a different template, and then it'll show up on the left. Okay, so is it possible to have to do? Okay, so my question comes from the perspective of a charity that will be leading a social platform audit to develop a new social strategy moving forward. Would you have any recommendations for getting the ball rolling in this regard? And if so, what do you believe is one of the biggest mistakes commonly made by charities to use their Facebook usage? That's a great question. There is a whole entire idea around Facebook being everyone's go-to. Everyone needs a Facebook page and everyone has to use Facebook. That's not really necessarily true. And it's not the end-all be-all. So what has to happen is you have to come up with your overall business strategy. Then you come out with your marketing and sales plan. So all your fundraising initiatives, all of that. And then you start to look at what channels you're going to use for those initiatives. And so if social media is one of those channels to go back to your sales and marketing goal that goes all the way back up to your business goal or your charity goal, then you would have to come up with a strategy around how to amplify this message on the social media platforms. And depending on where your users are, who you're targeting, there's LinkedIn, there's Pinterest, there's TikTok even, there's Instagram, there's so many different ways. And there's also your email newsletter, there's strategic partnerships, there's email blasts, there's funnels, there's mailers, actual printed mailers. There's a million ways to market. Facebook might be part of that strategy, which is a bigger picture. So you'd have your business strategy goals, you'd have your sales and marketing strategy goals, you'd have your different channels, which you'd like to present that message out to. And then you'd have, if you choose social media as one of them, you'd then create social media goals and a plan around social media based on campaigns. So it's a big, long answer for that. And I hope that relates to everybody else as well, because that's exactly how all businesses and organizations should run it. And everybody is different, but the formula is the same. All right. So, thanks, Holly. Thanks, Holly. Thanks, Holly. Sorry, content is not available right now. I don't know what that one's referring to. It says, sorry, content is not available right now. Terry, do you want to come on and explain, or do you want to just type some more info in there?
Sure, yeah. When I type in the just my name and then put reviews,
okay,
that's what comes up. It says, sorry, content not available.
Okay, so yeah, I can do a search and send it to Tyler to send around to you guys in your email as well. So getting reviews with no reviews.
Hey, Holly.
Yeah.
It's Angela. Isn't that for the review, it's a tab? So don't you just go into your settings and you go to your tabs and then you turn that tab on and then people can see it and use it?
Yeah, it might be that simple. I just haven't done it for years.
Yeah, you just have to go to your settings with your little toggle up in the top right, and then you should be able to go to your settings and find your tabs and then just turn it on basically, and then people should be able to see it and use it.
All right, so do you guys see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Templates and tabs. So that's where I was saying about the templates. So let's look at what tabs we got going on. Yeah, so right here, see where I have like the current template services? Some of you guys might have a different word there. It might say brand, or it might say, there's like even like a celebrity one that you can choose. So it depends on the template. And then here's where you would maybe do the settings and add the reviews tab right here. So try that out first if you guys still have questions about that stuff too. Like I said, it was like 6 years ago where I even tried to set up this Facebook page. And if that works for everybody, awesome, then we're good. If it doesn't, we have to change the template. You might have to do like use default tabs, for instance. You might have to mess around with that instead. Sorry, Terry, no exact answer for that one, but let's see if those work. And if it doesn't, I'll send around a link for the exact. Okay, how can we have a shop on Facebook connected to our website? So I was kind of hoping nobody would really ask me that yet. At the same time, that is a big thing. So instead of me answering that, because you have to set up an e-commerce platform on your website, and then you have to add a shop to Facebook, link them, depends on if you're using WordPress or Shopify or Wix, totally different. And then you connect with your WooCommerce or your e-commerce platform, and then it allows you to sell and then tag products. So it's a whole bunch of steps that are all involved there. I can send you a video on how to do that, so setting up shops. And I'm going to be actually doing a new screenshotted blog and a video around that as well, because there's totally different ways to do it, and Instagram's the same. So if you have a shop on Facebook, you can then connect it with your Instagram, then tag products that will link back, or you can buy it direct. Depends on how you want it set up. And it's like you have a payment gateway as well that has to be set up. It's a whole jam. It's a whole thing. So setting up Facebook shops. So I'll see if I can find a quick video for you guys and send that around with Tyler's email too. All right, so good. All right, cool. All right, I'll open up to you guys to ask some questions. I'm gonna bring you back over here. Do you guys have any questions that you have for me to sort of chat it out back and forth? If you guys want to come on video, like I said, or if you want to come on your microphone. It doesn't have to be necessarily only Facebook related too. If it's something that I can't answer in a couple words or just a quick way to show you, it's something that I can possibly answer afterwards or send you a link to a resource for it. Like even the shops one, like it's a million things that I could go over on how to do it, but that's like a whole thing for sure. And some of it's not relevant. So who loves social media? Who's getting clients from social media? A little bit, yeah. So I saw a couple people's waves and stuff. If anyone wants to come on their microphone and explain or say, you know, where they're getting the most clients from, or, you know, where they're finding successes for social media, what they've been trying, maybe some things that they've been trying differently. So they want to come on their microphone and yeah, Terry, go ahead.
I did a webinar. I'm a travel advisor, and I did a webinar and just invited friends to watch it. And I spent $10 to boost it. So I'm based in Newmarket. Spent $10 to boost it, and I had a few people that I didn't know on. Anyway, one ended up being from Maine, United States, and it was about river cruising. And started conversing with this person. I've ended up making a booking from it. So a $10 boost got me a client from the United States, and I made a very substantial booking from it. So I thought that was a great return on investment.
Absolutely. And not a lot of people have that experience, because I do hear a lot, you know, I've tried doing Facebook ads and they don't work. It kind of depends on your offering, your target, you know, how you're measuring it, what your call to action is, what you're offering, that is it interesting enough for people to want to join, you know, or to buy your service. There's a whole other like world when it comes to Facebook and Instagram ads, and it's definitely a skill set. If you just boost from your page on Facebook or on Instagram, it is a very kind of quick way for Facebook to make money, and also for you to have a very like specific target, as long as you have the right call to action, the right messaging, the right thing, the right offering, and you're able to then convert. So I definitely heard from a lot of people that we've even dealt with, Facebook, you know, ads don't work. They do though, if you do it right. And social media too, people are like, social media doesn't work for me. They do, but maybe it's just not the way you're doing it right now. I could say the same thing about cold calling, or somebody might say the same thing about networking. Maybe it's just not in your wheelhouse.
I was, sorry, Harley, I was very specific in the target, because when you do your post or your boost, that asks the target they want, so keywords and whatnot. So I was very specific, and it was someone that was into river cruising with a particular company, Ama Waterways, and it was like bang, 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 textbook. And so, and since then, she's actually referred me to a friend in North Carolina. So $10 investment was great for me, but sometimes it's not. I'm not always that lucky.
Exactly, and it's trial and error at that point for sure, because you do have to have all the right checks in place, basically. There's two ways that you can do ads on Facebook, which will also lead into Instagram. One of it is just hitting the word boost post, right? So you have a very specific way to do it, and you can see all your measurements, you can see how many people viewed it and clicked on it and things like that. And then there's this other way, which more marketers would use. So the general public would normally use the Boost. If you want to really get into some ads management and retargeting and looking at conversion methods and your Google Analytics and really digging deeper into it, you would then go to Facebook Power Editor. So Facebook Power Editor is a totally separate thing that if you want to really dig into ads and really do the setups and do A/B split testing and run 20 ads at a time to see what's working, and you want to put more money behind the ones that are and turn off the ones that aren't, and you want to not just boost a specific post that's on your timeline, this could be totally dark. Like that post isn't even on your account at this point. So there's a whole other world around Facebook ads, and it's through Power Editor. So if you guys want to run that, I would recommend you take a YouTube class or even through like Udemy or something around that, because it does change a lot, and it is like boosting, but like with Red Bull. Like it is insane and intense what you can do with this platform. It confuses the world out of me, and I just we don't, as a company, we don't personally run ads. We have a partner company that works with us that would run ads for clients. Usually it's a combined front of what we do is the organic social, the humanizing part of it with the content, and then the other side, which is really running ads for conversions. And that would be a package through Google ads as well as Facebook and Instagram ads. And there's also ads on, LinkedIn and Twitter. Like a lot of these platforms have ads platforms, but it can get quite costly, whereas Facebook's quite inexpensive. And like Terry said, boom, $10, got a new client, possibly 2. So why not put $10 behind something as long as you have the right systems in place, right? So some questions here. How do you link your Facebook and Instagram pages? Great question. You'd go into Facebook and you'd go to your settings, and under your settings, it'll say Instagram, and then it'll say connect. So if you're doing it from your computer, make sure that you're logged into Instagram on your computer as well as Facebook on your computer. And then it'll automatically pick up your Instagram page and it'll just say connect, and then they're connected. So then if you want to post something from Instagram, you can post it over to Facebook, but you can't do it the other way around. You can't post something on Facebook and hope it goes to Instagram. It won't work. It has to come from Instagram to Facebook. Okay. Are you familiar with Zoho social media? Yeah, Zoho to me is, I'll answer that privately. Like I know it was asked privately, so I'll answer that privately as well. And if you want to reach out to me, Samantha, afterwards, you want to email me this so I can chat about it? It depends on what you're using it for, because it really is like a CRM, and then it also can post to social. As long as it's an Instagram approved social media platform, it's fine to post. How can we re-invite people to like our page? Oh yeah. This is a fun question. Yeah. So you can't really. That's the fun part. So you've invited them and they just don't like it, but they keep liking your posts. They keep commenting on stuff. You're like, come on. So yeah, you can't really re-invite them. What I would do maybe if you want is take the URL to your page and go to the people that you want to re-invite and send them a direct message saying, hey, I have this awesome business page. Can you please like it? That's an extra step, I guess, you can do. If you can send it around to your email database and things like that, that might be an extra step. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to show you guys on Facebook. Oh, yeah, this is good, Okay, so that goes on along this idea. So let's say you have a great post and you have, or if you've boosted a post as well and a whole bunch of people like the post. They like. And then you're like, okay, let me go check to see if all these people actually like my page, because maybe they don't. Maybe someone shared it with someone, like with their personal people, and a bunch of people liked this post. There's a really fun, cool 2 things that we can do. So right now, like there's not a lot of engagement on some of these posts. There's one client that we have so much engagement with. So let's say this right here. I'm going to click on this number. I'm in my business page. I'm going to click on this number. Oh, this is a great example. So glad we did this. So right now, this person was invited. This is my aunt. She's probably not going to like my page. It doesn't matter. This person already liked the page. This person, though, liked that post, but they don't like my page yet. I'm going to invite them. So that's one small thing that we can do. There's another thing that we can do. Let's say that you love this post and you're like, everyone should know about this post. And I spend a lot of money on this blog or on this video, and I want the world to come back and like this post on this page. What you can do is take this, the 6th day right there, and click on the 6th day, or it might say 20 seconds, or it might say whatever. And from this number, see at the very top, the URL? From that number, or this slash, basically, this is the URL for this one post. So if you don't want people to just come back to your entire page, and you want them just to come back to this one post, that's how you do it. So you can embed this into your email newsletter. You can, so you'd click on that, the 6th day, and you take, well, just take the whole thing at this point. Copy it and send it to somebody. Hey, did you guys see this post? You should like it. It's really funny. And then if they do like the post, but they probably don't like your page yet, then you go here, you invite them to like your page. Cool. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody on that one. All right, we're still all here. Wonderful. One another question. Do you have a good resource for times to post? I get this question a lot, and that's a great question. So there's resources that indicate the best times to post on social media platforms, and you can just Google it. There's lots of images out there, 1 to 2 or 5 to 6 on Facebook, for instance. What that's telling us is that Facebook is at its busiest times at those times. There's that many people on Facebook. They're all here. They must see our posts, right? Wrong. So really what that's telling us is it is very oversaturated at that time, and your people that follow you, we don't know when they're online. We need to find out when they're online. So as part of your analytics, it's going to show you how often. I'll show you where the analytics idea is. So if you go to Insights, that'll show you some great data that you can look at. It's not going to necessarily tell you exactly when to post or when your most popular times are, but it kind of doesn't matter because Facebook has this amazing, cool thing called an algorithm, which you guys might have heard about. This algorithm is basically the more active your pages are, like if you get more people to like your post, or you get more people to comment or to click on it, the more Facebook goes, oh, this is a popular account, maybe I'll show their post a little bit more. But not too much, because I still want them to pay for ads. I want them to pay for ads so more people will see it. So Facebook is a pay-to-play, and really when it comes down to it, you can post at any given time during the day. That doesn't mean at the exact same time that you posted, that's when someone's going to see it, unfortunately. So it'll tell you when the most popular times are, but it doesn't matter because of the algorithm. So sorry and you're welcome. It's a funky one because the algorithm is so messed up on Facebook, and Instagram's getting like that too, where they tell you the very best times to post. But on Instagram, at least the analytics show you actually best times for your people and when they're on your social media accounts and what times they're there. All right, so hopefully that answered your question. Any other questions for anyone? While I take a shot of my water. No? Okay. So no further questions on that stuff. We have, can you see who likes and dislikes your page? No, because it's not really you're never going to see a dislike from your page. You can, people unfollow you. You can't really see that either. But you'll see when someone likes your page, like we're going to all go like each other's pages. after all of this, we'll actually see, it'll pop up and say so-and-so just liked your page. And then hopefully they're going to go like a couple of posts, so it'll increase your engagement as well. But that's pretty much it. That's the only way that you can really notice when people like your page. And then you can check to see all the people that like your page if you just click on the number of people that like your page. All right, so we're going to end it there. If you guys have further questions, you can always reach out. I'm literally on everything. So if you want to go to Facebook or Instagram, Creative Solutions HQ, we're there. If you want to email me after, Tyler will have that in there as well. If you guys have anything to reach out and you want to ask specific questions about your own business, I'm here to support and I'm here to help. And if you guys have specific questions that you've asked, I have some links here that I'll be able to resource and send around to you guys as well. And Tyler, are you here again? Are you back?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so do you want to collect everyone's Facebook accounts and send it around in an email, or do you want me to do that?
I might have missed that part. I don't know how I would best do that other than everyone emailing me their Facebook.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so if everyone emailed you their Facebook link, if you sent it around in the one email that has the link to the video as well as a couple of resources I'll send you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we kind of boxed you into a corner, I think, but if you
I just don't know when I'll be able to put all that together. That's
cool.
a
So
lot
we'll
of
send,
emails.
Well, who's ever
Yeah.
still on the meeting can just type it in the chat section, and then when you send out the recording, we'll have them there. But some people have left.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you send it to my email. I've got quite an afternoon.
It's
Okay,
a very
cool.
busy time here.
So let's do this. So send me an email today with your link. I'm going to put my email address in here. So holly@needcs.com. I will then gather up everyone's. I'll make sure that I like it as well. So you guys just want to copy that out right now. You can just copy and paste into a new email as if you want to do that right now too. So Holly, HOLLIE @needcs.com. And then I'll gather up everyone's email or everyone's Facebook accounts. I'll put those in with the resources on my side and I'll send it over to Tyler so he can get the video over to you guys as well as everything else. Sounds like a cool plan? All
Sounds
right.
good.
Awesome. Leslie, do you guys have anything coming up that you'd like to talk about for the chamber?
Actually, we do. We've got something called Strategies for Implementing the Mask Mandate, and that is on the 23rd. The listing is going up today, and that's aimed at small business owners and operators. So it'll just be tips and advice on as a business owner, how to implement that strategy that comes into effect this Friday.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right,
can
guys.
include
Well,
a registration link for that event as well when I send out the email.
Sounds good. Thank
awesome.
you.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your lovely day, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks so much,
Thanks,
Holly.
Holly.
All
Thanks,
right, bye,
Holly.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Tyler, can you stick around for a sec? I just have a question.
Yep.
And you're still recording.
Right.